Hey everyone, it's Gabby Trades and welcome back to the channel. Well, it's Bitcoin's final push where bears are fighting as well, but for survival. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a breakdown. You guys, US stock futures rose after President Trump delayed a proposed 50% tariffs on the European Union imports until 9th of July. Now, this decision followed a request from the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, aiming to allow a little bit more time for trade negotiations. Now, as a result, the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, all the traditionals like S&P, they rose like nearly 1%, so not a major, blow up. But investors are actually closely watching this week for key economic news to come in regards to, the Fed speaking up. And also we have Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari, who actually advocated for maintaining the current monetary policy. We also have, I believe, this huge crypto event happening in Las Vegas, and I'm not there, but that's okay. So we'll see if that's going to move the markets as well. It's going to be interesting because we're going to have like major figures. Of course, Eric Trump is going to be there giving his, views on Bitcoin and just trying to get everyone on the USD1 stablecoin. I'm sure that's going to be the case. But you know what, you guys, it's so nice to be back. I had one day off, but it's crazy how guilty you can feel taking some days off even when it's for your birthday. So I had a great time. Everyone on Discord said happy birthday, which was so nice. You guys are the absolute best. I also got gifted a nice new camera and I want to use to record more content for you guys, but like on the go and stuff like that, because I also want to spend more time out of the house. I think that would be very nice because I haven't been out of the house for quite some time. But yeah, how's everyone's week going so far? I want to know, did you have, a good holiday in the US? Rockfish, who's here? Philip, Fountain Yacht, Mark Bass, Sugar Cookie. Everything is fine. Okay, everything is great. That's good news. Dottie, all right. Yes, bank holiday. It was also in the UK. Quite amazing. Did I miss anyone in the chat? Cello Trader is here as well. And Mosey Lanner is also here. Hello, who has a very professional picture. That's pretty cool. And we have Anas Zakir, some new people in. Very happy to see you guys. We're gonna crack in straight up in here. This is my new mic. You guys want to see my new camera? Wait. It's actually so cool. It's like the DJI. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you like flip the screen and then this thing on top like moves around. It's actually pretty cool. You can press the button and like it's so amazing. I love it. And then you just flip the screen and it shuts down. And then it has this little microphone that has this little fluff for like the the wind, whatever, but I put it on and I don't know how to take it off now. So I guess it's just gonna stay there. But yeah, it was good time. It was good time. I went to see the animals. Hello, Mr. Vane. All right, everyone's here. I think we gave enough time for everyone to kind of jump in on the stream. We have quite a few people in, so I'm gonna shoot my screen right now. Share screen. You guys, you know what happens usually when I share the screen, right? The chat box disappears. So please start chatting in the chat box. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. That's necessary, of course, even for the new joiners. All right, cool. So what is going on? Yesterday, I wasn't even bothered to look at the charts because it was my birthday, obviously. And I was like, I don't care for now. But today I opened the charts in the morning and I saw a long immediately. So I took it. Right, there is no question about it. Of course, I posted it on Discord for all the members over there in the VIP group, so everyone is everyone knows when I take a trade over there, right? Be it on Bitcoin or whatever, Nasdaq, whatever I do, I post it over there. So you guys, we've done really well with the scalp this morning. We're up like quite nicely, and of course, right, we were aiming to take this fractal high over here today, because that was the 4-hour target, right? Using my indicators. By the way, you guys, I gave you 20% for my indicators, 20% off, which is for my birthday offer for you guys, because I know that you like to buy them when they're on discount, even though they're super cheap. But I get it, you guys. You do you. Anyway, 20% off for you guys for my birthday. So the link is in the description box. And yeah, anyway, so the indicators gave us the target this morning, which was here. And you know, even if you don't have the indicators, you don't have to be like an engineer to pretty much see you know, these two equal highs over here, right? So liquidity, and if that's not enough for you, well, you know, then you can use the liquidity indicators. You know, switch from time frame to time frame. Again, these indicators are only 20 bucks, you guys. Don't be, you know, don't be, honestly, like, just any trader here. And I'm pretty sure Rockfish, he's a really good trader. He's got a signal group on our Discord as well. He's also using the indicators. He's finding them helpful. So here you go. Like, it's just very, very good for everyone. But anyway, this was the liquidity on a 1-hour time frame if the 4-hour signal indicator was not enough for you. And this is where I cut profits, right over here from this long. This morning I was long on Sol. Ethereum was moving a little bit more, but this today I was like, I'm gonna take Sol. But that's okay, right? Because both trades are you know, up, you know, 90%, whatever, 60%. So it was really, really good. Yes, Bear, it was my birthday. Thank you, thank you. Anyhow, all right, you guys, let's jump straight into this price action, because we have some interesting developments. Of course, Trump is, you know, trying to get us all confused, right? Like, this is what Trump does. He is just stirring the pot, right? He's stirring the pot because in that way, he or whatever, they get super cool entries on a drop every single time. But anyway, we were, you know, pretty aware that this was going to be an up move down here after we have filled this huge imbalance. And again, I can just open the indicators and then I can see that we had this huge, you know, a fair value gap over here in a 1-hour time frame, nicely filled. The rejection was, you know, the rejection was very, very clear with these 2 wicks down here. So that was pretty much the long. Simple as that, honestly, simple as that. You take it when you have so many confluences on top of each other, you know, like you have liquidity to the upside. You have the 4-hour telling you that the target is up here. Well, what more do you want, right? So that was a pretty easy trade in my opinion. Yes, smash the like and subscribe. Okay, cool. Now, what should we talk about today? Since I'm already in this long trade and I've closed some profits here, I'm planning to write it out. To be fair with you guys, and I noticed earlier when I was closing profits on the trade that I do have a short, which I removed the order because I forgot why I put it there. Sometimes it happens after you have like few days off. It's like, oh my God, why did I put that trade up there? But anyway, my short was literally like just few points above here. And I think probably that was my idea. I don't know, to short from this imbalance. I honestly don't remember, you guys. So that's why I closed it immediately. If that's something that happens to you as well, when you open the chart and you don't exactly remember why you took the trade, right? It's probably best to delete it in that case. And right now I'm feeling quite bullish as I opened the charts this morning, and I've quite frankly want to see a new all-time high come for Bitcoin pretty soon. And how did I find that? You know, we're gonna go higher a little bit, especially when I saw Ethereum. Let's get rid of the indicators. And you know that we've been trading in this range over here. Right? We've been trading in this range. This is the range. Pretty simple stuff, right? High, low. So what do we do in these ranges? Well, we sell from the 0.786, stop loss above here, whatever you guys know. But the idea is that you take profits at the 0.5 and your plan is to take a second take profit in the 0.236 in case of a short, right? But then the thing is, as soon as we start seeing that the chart is rejecting from the 0.5, that is when we know that this range is going to exit high. Well, maybe not like that, maybe like whatever, like this, and then it stops at the 0.5. Then we know that price wants to come up. So simple things, right? Trading does not necessarily need to be extremely difficult. All right, so looking at Bitcoin, we're currently... Are we really rejecting from the previous all-time high? Well, we're not gonna know until we have this 4-hour candle close, really. And also, for our 4-hour strategy to give us a little bit more bias, which is going to be the sweep signals, obviously, we're gonna need another 4-hour candle close after this 4-hour. So then we find out whether price actually wants to come back down again, or it wants to chase for a new all-time high. It's gonna be literally that simple, you guys. Now, on a lower time frame, on a 15-minute, if we take out the liquidity, we can see that we're pretty much holding quite nicely, and I'm pretty sure that we have... Yes, so if I put the volume profile up on here and get rid of the sweep signal so we don't see the error, we can clearly see that price was consolidating over here around the point of control, and then it exploded, which is quite bullish, right? This is quite bullish. So yes, price is rejecting from some resistance up here on a lower time frame, 50 minutes. Of course, everything is valid. So we need to watch out for any reversals. It's very, very possible. But since I'm in a long, I want to see that long play out. I've already taken profits. My stop loss is at break even. I don't really care what's going to happen anymore. From here, I just want to see more confirmation on whether we're going to, continue up or down. And that's going to happen only on the 4-hour time frame. Again, you guys, when you see... this is very important. I'm going to repeat it again. When you see a candle with a wick like this, usually these wicks are filled, right? So when you get a candle with a rejection wick like this, you should be essentially treating it as an imbalance, which is what we're seeing right now. So yeah, that's why I didn't, panic sell or whatever, but I did sell up here on my liquidity levels because that's what you're supposed to do. You shouldn't be getting greedy. Like my thing is, if I see myself in like $200 profits, like I like to take $200. You know what I mean? If I can lock it in, I lock it in. And that's how it really works, because you can think about it, right? Like, if you're trading, I don't know, a funded account, I was talking to someone, like it's very hard to trade funded accounts, you guys, honestly. And German Compare is saying that just a few persons really give good info. It's my first time here. Well, you are so welcome. You should join our Discord, because we have a VIP group. We have my Signals group. We have the best traders in my group, Signals. And they also set up their copy trading under my link on Bluffin, for which I'm very, very grateful. And these guys are helping me grow, and they're the absolute best. And we're just growing together. And the community is just really nice, right? There is no stress. I'm not trying to push anything on you guys. We're just traders and we do what we like. And I think community is very important, so you're most welcome. Anyway, where was I? Sugar cookie, can you remind me, what was I talking about? Honestly, I forgot my thought. Jesus, that's what happens when you go like 2 days off. 2 days off and it's gone. It's gone. Oh yeah, the funded accounts. I wanted to tell you guys, right? A lot of people, because I trade funded accounts, right? But like for equity, for futures markets. Yeah. So no worries. So the thing is, like, when you trade funded accounts and you have access to huge capital, right? You have to be a bit more, a little bit more like crazy with your risk at the beginning in order to pass the challenge, because you have to get a lot of percentages in order to pass, like, which is usually around 8% on the first phases. But then once you pass that and you go through all the rules, you get actually funded that amount of money. It's still not a real amount of money, but the profits that you make, you can take home. So it's quite cool, right? And think about it, like on a let's say on a $50,000 account, you're gonna have a drawdown usually of like, what is it, $2,000. So what a lot of the traders don't understand is, like, when you have that drawdown with $2,000, you know, they think that they can still risk 1% of like the total capital. Well, you can't really do that, because if you do that, then you're risking way more, because you need to be trading essentially your drawdown, right? Your drawdown is your capital, like $2,000 is your capital. So you need to be mindful of your risk on $2,000 even if you're trading $50,000 account. This is the crazy part that a lot of people don't understand. So that's why I've learned to not be greedy with my profits, because I've realized that having small profits is actually what's gonna get you there, right? You don't want to be chasing those huge moves. Yeah, right. Back in November, it was really easy. It was really easy to catch the moves for Ethereum, right? Like on a higher time frame, looking at the bigger picture, and you see how the market is fractal, right? The market is fractal. I'm using my ranges on a lower time frame, such as here, and I'm using my ranges for the entire price action. So, you know, it's very easy to make decisions when price is at extreme levels, such as the 0.786 of the entire price leg, or the 0.236. So that's easy money, to be fair. But where we are right now, honestly, for me, only scalping is the option right now. So yeah, that's it, you guys. We're pretty much in scalping mode, and to be fair with you, I do wanna get into alts, right? I wanna get into alts, but I need to see Bitcoin first pull back, because if Bitcoin doesn't pull back, it's just gonna be very difficult for me to find a proper entry on alts right now. So we are really currently in the middle of nowhere right now, because today is going to be really telling whether we're gonna like drop down. And if we start dropping, honestly, like probably the first area I'm going to be looking at buying is, let's see, 12-hour time frame, put on the liquidity, see if there is anything. I think this whole zone over here is going to be my area of buy, but potentially a bit deeper. Let's see if we can find something if we go on a lower time frame. Hold on. 1 hour. Yeah, see, the problem is if we start dropping, yes, there is a chance that price is going to hold at around 105,000 for Bitcoin. But again, we have so much liquidity to the downside. I don't even need to open my coin glass to tell you guys that there's so many stop losses down here, right? And I'm sure if we continue down, we're going to find more liquidity. All right, sorry for that. Hold on. Let's remove the fair value gaps and order blocks. There is so much liquidity, right? We have liquidity at 102,000. We have liquidity at 100,600 Bitcoin. So if we start dropping down, I'm pretty sure that we're going to go and clear these liquidities, right? And then potential support is going to be around the 100K, even down here at around the 12-hour support zones for Bitcoin. So yeah, I want to see how alts are going to perform when that happens. You know what I mean? Before then, it's going to be, you know, me chasing the new all-time high. And I'm not gonna lie, I do have a short opened here. I think it was around 112,900, something like that. Very low leverage short, because I want to be participating in, you know, I want to hedge my positions around 112,900, almost 113,000 Bitcoin. Let's have a look at ETH BTC, how it's doing. Well, ETH BTC is not doing bad at all. It seems that it's going straight for this liquidity up here, which confirms our bias for the range on Ethereum, which is going to be that the range exits to the upside, right? Just like we said here. We're waiting for this range to exit to the upside right here. And also we have to watch how price is reacting once it exits that range, because remember what I told you guys, when you have two relatively equal highs like that, it's quite possible that price could just like swipe these and then starts dropping down and returning back into the range. So pretty much insecure times for like longer term buy holds, in my opinion, right now. It is what it is. Mr. Incredible is here. Hello, lads. So yeah, that's my thoughts on ETH and BTC right now. Let's have a look at Nasdaq real quick, as we usually do. 4-hour time frame on Nasdaq. Okay, so we're still bearish on Nasdaq actually. Let's have a look at the fractal highs and lows real quick. All right, so Nasdaq is giving me a bit of red flags. All right, a bit of red flags. It is very strong, right? We're holding above levels, which is really good. We rejected nicely. We had a, you know, for me, I had an unsuccessful buy, I think, or was it slightly successful? I don't remember anymore. That was Friday. You guys tell me what happened. But anyway, down here, we were looking to buy. I'm sure I was in a position, then I got taken out at break even, and then I entered into another buy and I took some profit, which was all right. But the thing about Nasdaq is that all this price action right now reminds me heavily of the price action that we saw at Nasdaq all-time high. And I think I told you guys that before. So the question is whether we're gonna see price drop from here. It is highly likely that we might experience something like that, especially if you're like looking at, you know, this sort of wick, that wick over here, took quite a bit of, you know, stacked low resistance liquidity down here. So that was all swiped quite nicely, and then price just broke structure and continued to the downside, which was honestly like pretty clean. To be fair, but we haven't had price really come back and retest that wick, because essentially you need to treat wicks as imbalances, right? You need to do that, you guys, honestly. So if you treat the wick as an imbalance, well, you're pretty much going to expect, if that's the case, that, you know, the price is going to potentially bleed a little bit more to the upside and then reject from here. This is quite possible. Right? This is quite possible, because essentially what happens is you stack a lot of liquidity below the wick, which is obviously here, right? You stack a lot of liquidity, you clear that liquidity, and now you need to come back and fill the wick completely to the 0.5, and then you start rejecting from here. Now, this scenario is quite possible to play out, and if that plays out, you guys, honestly, if that plays out and price just rejects from like the 50% of that wick over here, I'm expecting for price to roll over a bit more aggressively. So that will be me expecting for price to drop at least to the first daily resistance at 20,694. Now, if that happens, this is not going to be very nice for Bitcoin, or, you know, just in general, the markets. And also, let's not forget that we have this big gap to fill, which is new week opening gap, very strong. So again, you know, price can drop even further down, you know, so shorts are not going to be a bad idea. It's going to be very risky to take that, but I might try it today because I've traded crypto today. I haven't traded any indices. So I think if I'm planning to do that, then my entry is going to be at the 50% of that wick. So it's going to look like something like this. is going to look something like this, right? I'll probably take profits, of course, down here and on the way, but you know, this is going to be potentially the trade that I'm looking at, and I really want to see if that actually starts playing out. This is not going to be good, right? It's not going to be good for Bitcoin. It's not going to be good for altcoins, for nothing. So you know, we want to see if that actually plays out today. This is going to be very important, and if that doesn't play out, well, that simply means then that we're going for this liquidity on Nasdaq, which is going to be really nice, right? It's going to be really good. If we get that, happy days. What else can we look at? As you can see, it's like it's lots of staggered liquidity. It's all like stacked up here, so it's not going to be bad actually to come and take these highs. But then once we do that, what else do we have here? Well, we have this little buddy here, that could also cause the damage, you know. So it's really touch and go situation right now, and I don't want to be high risk at the moment. But for now, it seems like it's all doing well. Nasdaq is a bit stronger currently than Bitcoin, so that is telling me that Bitcoin is going to catch up eventually a bit higher. But like you see, for Nasdaq as well, even on the 15-minute time frame, there is lots of liquidity to the downside. So eventually we want to see that pullback, and we want to see what happens to all the alts and price in general when that pullback happens. All right, just need you guys to be a bit careful right now. All in all, if we manage to break for Nasdaq, if we manage to break 22,000, like around 22,090, if we manage to break that area with strength, well, that's gonna be looking good in my opinion. Yeah, buongiorno Luca. No, you're never late. Nobody's late here. What else can we look at? We can look at gold. We can look at gold. Well, gold is potentially forming a double bottom here, so that might be bullish. That might be bullish for gold. Open the sweep signals. Okay, we still need to come down and take this low here. All right, which is not too far off. So we need to watch gold as well, right? Because we know if gold starts coming up, this is most probably not good news for, you know, the US stock market, right? Because if gold goes up, usually, you know, Nasdaq goes down, right? So if we have the 4-hour target on gold telling us that gold is still bearish with, I don't know how many points, that's not too many points. Like, you know, we're talking like 10 points or whatever on gold. So once we take that low, are we going to form an actual double bottom here and then you know, fulfill some of the imbalances down here and then come up? Well, it's absolutely possible, because actually we're still trading on a high time frame buy zone. This whole green thing that you see is actually a high time frame buy zone. Do you see these two equal highs over here? Two equal fractal highs. Massive liquidity draw for gold. So, you know, gold's gonna go up. Hey Gabby, where are you trading future index? What do you mean? Like the brokers or so yeah, this is pretty much it, you guys. Honestly, let's have a look. What else can we see on a 12-hour time frame? Again, this is a massive 12-hour imbalance over here for gold that it might hold, right? And when you're trading, when price is like reversing into the imbalance like this, like what's doing right now, it's just like rolling over and inversing. Well, you want to see where the liquidity is stacked, and you want to see, like, you know, price taking that liquidity, right? If anyone is like long here, they would like to first take them out, fill in the imbalance, probably around the 50% zone, and then reverse. So that's kind of a big potential for gold now. But another thing we want to be mindful of is that support down here as well. So let's have a look. But so far, to me, it really looks like gold should hold around this area somewhere, and you know, take this and come up to take these two equal highs. So that will then confirm my bias for Nasdaq and Bitcoin, that there is a short to play out. Yes, the broker. Well, I use Toro Markets usually. And then if I'm trading like my funded accounts, I trade on Top Step. I like them because they're reliable, they're paying out. You know, I used to be scammed by lots of you know, prop firms before. All right, so this drop is a little bit substantial on Bitcoin, and yeah, that's not pretty much what I want to see. So this might be it, you guys. You know, we might be in for a drop today. So I'm glad that I closed profits where I closed profits. Yeah, this is quite strong. This is definitely strong. So all we can hope for really is to find some support down here, but with the speed that we're going to, and we also just like filled this order block down here, completely filled it. So that's not good. This could be a drop. Okay. Yeah, so ideally, if that's not a drop, what you want to see is you want to see this holding down here. So around 108,471. So if that doesn't hold, you guys, I think we're about to see Asia low taken down here. Yeah, at the very minimum, Asia low. And then we could find support here. That's gonna be our only hope, pretty much. Nothing else. Let's have a look at Sol. Everything's dropping. ETH's all right. Ethereum is really fine right now. Not the ideal reaction you want to see from around the 0.786, but yeah, this could be just, if it happens, like I'm not going to take a short here, but if it happens, probably another retest of the 0.5, and then, because this sort of price action here, it's looking very strong to me. But yeah. All right, cool. Do you guys want me to review anything for you before I shoot? Let me know, you guys. Honestly, I'm so happy with my new camera. I'm gonna be testing it now as soon as I stop recording here. Live streaming, whatever. Oh, Zcash. Zcash was not doing so hot, was it? Let's have a look. Yeah. Zcash, did it actually tag our buy zone? I actually potentially have missed that. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is actually crazy because this was the buy zone for Zcash down here. I'm pretty sure I forgot to put that order in. This is actually annoying as hell, but that was way back with the April drop. So I must have put that order like back in December. I haven't looked at Zcash in quite a while. This is actually annoying. Um, yeah, no, not bad at all, actually. Not bad at all. In terms of liquidity, I think I have this liquidity up here marked on a weekly time frame for Zcash. So basically, I want to see it at $116 eventually. Whether it's going to be a one-way up, I do not think that it's going to be a one-way up for Zcash, but on any pullbacks, I think I'd be looking to re-enter at the exact same area, pretty much, if we start dropping. Oh, let's look at this sniper. Yeah, the buy zone was this order block over here that was left with this move. So in terms of liquidity, let me get rid of that. Actually, let's just delete it. Hi, Freedom. Oh yeah, I'd be definitely looking to re-enter at the buy zone, because there is liquidity literally at the entry down here. So I might have seen it actually and be like, yo, no, I need to wait. So that's what's happening potentially. But yeah, we're chasing some liquidity on this. Let's go back. Yeah, I'd definitely like to see it pull back a little bit. Of course, with Bitcoin pulling back, I want to see how alts are doing, but yeah. I'm not feeling FOMO about anything right now, you guys, honestly. Like I said, just sitting and waiting patiently for my big entries. And that's it pretty much. So you see on Bitcoin right now, what we're seeing is what pretty much is most of the time the case. And like I told you guys, when you have the two equal highs taken, that's pretty much price reversing always. I don't know why, I cannot tell you, but that's my observation. When you have the two equal highs like this, it's just always a reversal for some reason. But let's see. What else did you say? BNB. Let's have a look at BNB. I remember early in the cycle, BNB was doing quite good. Why can't I see it now? Ooh. Ouch. All right. Well, pretty much same thing. Equal highs over here, liquidity sweep. What you want to be watching for here is, let's say if I'm in a long, right? If I'm in a long BNB, what I want to see is how this candle closes, right? So I'm going to mark my equal highs like this. And then I want to see if this candle closes below liquidity or above liquidity. If it closes below, it's not really an ideal news, to be honest with you. But yeah, overall price is nicely grinding for a high time frame liquidity sweep at around the 730. So depending on your entry, like you have to think, okay, am I able to take a little bit of like bleed maybe down to 618, or am I not able to take that potentially to come and take this liquidity? So you have to assess depending on your entry if that's good for you. But also same thing, you have equal bottom here, equal lows, pretty much liquidity. So this could really be a case of you know, a pullback to take that liquidity, then wick this area and continue up, I think. So yeah. All right, let's go back and see how Bitcoin is acting. H bar. H bar, I think I gave, so this is my plan for H bar, right? I know it's terrible, but I wanted to pull back. I wanted to pull back a little bit more than what anyone would like to see. And I want to see an entry down here on a retest of the 0.236 on H bar, because the problem is that right now we're trading at, you know, this red line is the 0.5 of the price range that we're trading on H bar, and price is rejecting from it. So, you know, until, if this continues happening, right, if the rejection is like for real, then I want to see price bleed down, so I'm gonna be ready with an entry down here, right? And if price doesn't on H bar, you want to see it pretty much breaking the 0.221, so that'll be here. So you want to see a break of that, a clear break, a retest, and then you're going for 0.4 on H bar. So it's pretty much wait and see right now. Maybe give it a couple of weeks. But also there is lots of rumors, you guys, that there is lots of rumors that there is going to be an attack on Iran or whatever from Israel, and in fact they apparently are planning to execute that in the next 4 to 6 weeks or something. So if that happens, I think everything will drop down, like all the markets will drop down, and you know, that will be a buying opportunity, I think, right? I don't think that will be where we see like a massive drop, like a bear market drop or whatever. But I think that that's going to be the pullback that we need for more entries on, you know, on Bitcoin, on gold, on alts, etc. So, yeah, if that happens, there is definitely going to be some sort of reaction on the markets, like 100%. And as far as sources confirm, it's going to happen in the next 4 weeks or whatever. So, but I don't, again, I repeat myself, I don't think that that's going to take us into like a bear market. I think that it's just going to be a substantial pullback for us to get even better entries on everything. Because I think that when the actual pullback in the markets happen, it's going to be probably driven by inflation and some really, really bad economic news that might be triggered due to the you know, tariffs. So if that really happens, then that might be a little bit more serious and a little bit more like long term. But even if that happens, again, the biggest opportunities are found in a bear market. Do you know what I mean? So everything is welcomed in the stock markets and in the crypto markets. But yeah, like I said, if the Iran thing happens, I'm just going to expect it to be some sort of pullback. It can be like, you know, up to 10%, or like the previous cycle when we saw like 14% pullback, probably something like this, and then, you know, just shoot up from there. I think that's going to be brilliant. But again, we want to see how alts are behaving when this happens. And I see that they're going to give us some, I'm pretty sure that we'll see them giving us some very, very good entries. All right. Well, this is it pretty much for today, you guys. Again, I'm inviting you to join our Discord. It's pretty amazing. We have traders. We have a Signal group, 2 Signal groups. One is mine. One is for the traders in the Discord that are quite professional. So you guys, welcome if you haven't joined. And if you haven't liked the video, please go ahead and like it. Last summer was a great opportunity to scale in for end of year run, though need to keep in mind end of the year tariff pause. Yeah, for sure. We have 90 days for the tariff pause, and you know, Trump is coming up with all kinds of stuff, and the market is just very volatile right now, and I'm expecting that to continue for the end of the year. There's going to be a volatile market. there's definitely, I'm expecting to see a pullback for sure. I'm expecting people to start panicking that this is the bear market. And that's when we're going to see the opportunities coming in for us. All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for being here. You know that I love having you here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're back on schedule with like the normal streaming hours and everything. If you haven't joined Discord, click the link below. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of the day. You're more than welcome, you guys. All right, I'll see you soon.